Welcome back to Show Em The Dore, your favorite vlogging podcast. My name's Christopher Conway. That is Willem Azzinnaro. And today, we're going to be talking about basketball and baseball. It's the first time we've been able to talk about two different sports for like a few months. Two of like the major ones anyway. All respect to other sports though. If you didn't see, we played Auburn in basketball and we made a vlog about the entire day. So if I remember to do it in editing, you should see a card about here and it will say, look at our vlog. And you can click on it and look at our vlog. It'll be really great. It's done really well, actually. You guys seem to like the content. Comment down below if you liked the content, haha. Willem, how are you feeling about those games?
I'm feeling good about those games.
Is that all you got? Do you have any upkeep?
Which games?
The Auburn games, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Get it together, Chris. That was the first episode where we've broken our rule of to be on Show Em The Dore, you have to either be an athlete or dating one of us.
True.
So the rule only applies to people we're interviewing because now we've had, I think, 4 people. 4?
3, I thought, right?
It
was Andrew, somebody, Miggy.
Andrew, Joseph, Miggy, Anthony.
Oh, I forgot Anthony.
Yeah.
Shout out Willem's brother.
So we've had some guest appearances. Thank you to those who were interviewed, and the guys who weren't, sorry you missed out.
Yeah.
We hope y'all liked that last little bit. That was my little brother Anthony. And when he comes to Vandy, he wants to go to Vandy. And when he comes here, we're going to give him the
ultimately
podcast.
Gets rejected. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Anthony. You're definitely getting in.
Probably.
Yeah, that will get passed down maybe in like 2 years. And then he'll have to find another me. So that'll be kind of rough.
So, well, I mean, of the two of us, he's more you.
That's fair.
He knows like stats and numbers and things.
You'll have to find another Willem.
He subscribes to Ken Palm. So like, he'll have to find another me.
He'll be a better me. Which is crazy, considering...
That's crazy. He's got the math.
Well, actually, that's not a very high bar. But yeah, that video was like a lot of fun to make, actually. If you couldn't tell, though, we've never made a vlog before. And so we shot a lot of videos not in landscape mode on our phones, which was a poor decision because I then had to edit said videos to zoom in so it wasn't like super zoomed out and cringe looking. So that's what I did on Sunday evening. But it was a lot of fun to make. I think that that's something we're going to continue to do, especially as it is like a brighter time. Like, baseball season is starting, and the Saturday games that start at like 2 p.m., that'd be a super sick, like...
Get a nice little cloud.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It would just be like a great, like, vlogging experience.
We can interview the old timers that sit around us.
Exactly.
That dude.
There's always like 70-year-old dudes that are just like... who we got pitching today? And they're
we were at the baseball game the other day.
Yeah, for the first 5
chilling.
innings, yeah.
And there are a couple dudes behind us, maybe 4 or 5 rows, and they're just these old guys that are talking about like baseball and stuff.
It was Vandy Sports.
Yeah, and I'm like,
this is us.
This is us in like 50 years, man.
This is Show Em The Dore season 800.
Like, it'll be season 105? No,
there's 2 a season.
103.
There's 2 a season.
Exactly.
I was just making a joke.
You can't. Get your math right. Get your numbers up. But that's just going to be us.
Yeah.
We're just going to be at the Vandy games as old men.
I definitely will want to come to Vandy games after I've graduated.
Yeah.
But
Anthony can get us student tickets.
True. So we can...
He's got to return the favor. Do you know how many times I've gotten Anthony to games with student tickets?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Ish. He owes me. I'm going to bill him, actually.
Film for the free tickets?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like 6 lines of $0?
No. I'm charging him, man.
You're charging him based on like average value per ticket?
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I enjoy... the most expensive seat, most expensive game. Like, that's my valuation.
That was,
sorry, champ,
estimated value.
He sat courtside one game.
I brought I brought in like my Pawn Stars guy to explain how much the tickets cost. Like, let me call in my expert.
I don't really know about these tickets. Let me call in my expert.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you guys watched Pawn Stars?
It was like a classic in my childhood at my dad's house.
It's like a weirdly good show where like what?
It's just about weird.
It's the same thing where the people are like, yeah, I've got this weird thing. I'd like $1 billion. And then the guy's like, yeah, I actually know nothing about this. Let me call an expert.
If you're the first offer before he calls in the expert, he's like, yeah, I don't know, I'll give you 3 cents. And the guy's like, can we meet in the middle on $200? He's like, let me call in my expert.
Exactly. Jeez. The expert's like, yeah.
The expert's like, nah, these ain't real, pimp.
Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
This one is fake.
I like to imagine that he's just hired to say everything is fake. Like, why doesn't we just accept that some random cowboy that walks through the pawn shop is like a genuine expert?
Like, dude, homie just walks right in.
He's like
dusty.
It's like, oh, hey, Randy, and I'm like, your buddy Randy is valuing the stuff I'm bringing to sell you. That doesn't seem like a very fair
also,
trade
like
enterprise.
some of the things that they're experts in.
Yeah.
Why are you an expert in that?
It's like, I'm expert in Civil War canonry, and I'm like, how much can you learn about that? Like, it's a finite amount of time. It's not like you're.
What's the deal?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like, if they're like, oh, I'm bringing in my car expert, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Or like my gun expert.
That makes sense. Even.
But if they're like, I'm bringing in my 3rd edition comic book person, I'm like,
he only focuses on 3rd editions.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Only on comic books that are plural.
Yeah.
Only with the things, the title's plural.
Yeah, I got
Only with the things that start with A.
So, like, really only Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the 3rd edition of Avengers.
It's actually just Randy, the Avengers guy. Yeah. With that being said,
Chris, how much would you evaluate our podcast at?
I'll probably sell it for a ham sandwich. No, actually, I don't like ham, but I don't know. For hams, for Snadwich. I think that's a hard question because, like, what do we really own? Like, if we owned like the camera and stuff.
You can't be back here. Chicken sandwich.
Yes.
What's your standard response? Chicken sandwich. Okay.
But like, we don't own any of the equipment. It's through the Curb Center. So like
we got the Josie Davis fund. The jersey's worth $80.
True.
Probably less because we've marked it up.
Yeah. Or more because it's like Spencer Jones on it.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of supplies. We got views. I'd evaluated it around $125.
Okay. I can accept that. So if
any got 125
anybody looking to
ones,
invest, this can become your sponsored podcast officially.
You're looking to get into investing.
Well, do I got this pyramid scheme for you? If you sell Show Em The Dore to 8 of your friends,
stock and Show Em The Dore, and get 2 people underneath you, you'll get a bonus of another percentage of Chris. I'm not for sale. Chris is the. If we were to split it up.
Arabs for sale? Classic Willem. Okay. Whatever. So, sports.
How do you feel about the state of Israel?
This is not something we're discussing on the podcast. That's a terrible question. For a sports podcast. Tanner David.
This
will be public.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And it's like zoomed in real close to his face, and he's like, I'm guessing Chris isn't a fan of the 2-something solution with like the two countries there. Yeah. And then zoom out, there's the Palestine flag back there.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I enjoy it.
I am supportive of Palestine.
We have we're pro-Palestine.
Yes. That doesn't necessarily make me anti-Israel. I'm just pro-Palestine.
Well, yeah, no, like.
I'll just be clear, like, I don't have hate in my heart for any group.
True.
And neither should you.
Say that for yourself.
Yeah. You should take the internal.
Take the intrinsic.
It's prejudice test. Implicit prejudice test.
Yes.
The IPTs.
Yes, it's a IPT.
I don't know. I'm saying
that IET?
Implicit A test.
Test.
Uganda. Yeah, Uganda. Simple.
But you should take it. It's a Harvard test to show your implicit biases.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really learn anything. They were all like, yeah, you have no biases. Legitimately.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't. I'm telling you. Oh no, they did say I had a bias towards skinny people over like bigger people.
I had a slight bias against disabled people, which I felt pretty bad about.
Yeah.
It's implicit. Like, everybody has them. You know, it's like...
We're not overtly against people.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, like, oh, maybe if you could walk, you could be better at sports. Like, I'm not going to walk to the wheelchair basketball Olympics and then dunk on them. With that being said, I was told that there is some implicit bias there. And that's something that I have to recognize and work on as I continue in life.
Yeah, because life is all about growing as a person.
Yeah, and
the
even though
first
they
step to growing
can't,
as
you can. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But some of the disabled people. Come on, like
clarifying for the podcast for the people that were just gonna move beyond it.
No,
you said it.
It's funny. It's a joke, of course. You know, we've literally just had like a PR statement about like we've had too many PR statements in our podcast.
Is
just
this
to be
the
clear.
problematic episode part 2?
No, we're not going to label it the problematic episode again.
Good.
But with that being said, we should actually get into sports at some point, right?
We should. What is
So,
the weather app?
I don't know why you keep like
It's raining.
Stop looking at your phone when we're on the pod.
I'm sorry. It's telling me that there's rain.
Okay, ADHD. Yeah, I'm a bully Willem too for having ADHD. So Auburn game. The Auburn game was fun. We were at the game, as you all saw, whoever watched the vlog, and it was one of the better games of basketball I've ever watched. Bruce Pearl, livid. Man was angry about everything, and the thing is,
He looks like a clam.
He looks like a clam. Okay, you want to elaborate on that?
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Like...
I don't know what that means. I don't think he looks like a clam.
Really?
No. I don't think a clam looks like Bruce Pearl.
Which one's the one that makes a pearl?
Clam, I think? Oyster. An oyster.
Oyster?
Oyster.
The oyster? It's where you buy...
It's the toy store, but Pig Latin.
What?
You ever smoked Pig Latin?
Well, yes, but...
Oite?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just joking, man.
Bruce Pearl looks like whichever one doesn't make pearls. And I didn't mean to say that because they make pearls and his last name is Pearl.
Oh.
It was just an unfortunate coincidence.
No, I think that man looks like how I imagine a human schnitzel from Chowder looks.
He looks like Sheriff Bronson Stone.
He's walking around at any call that goes against him. Rada 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 rada. Man just looks.
I imagine that's his timeouts.
Yeah, he's just
like,
so angry.
Right,
like, and also, if it was anywhere but Vandy, man would have gotten teed up like 3 times. Man was like on the court half the game, which is yeah, it was a ridiculous amount of time to be just on the court because you can't do that.
There are a couple coaches that come to Vandy and then just flip out.
And then they're like, it's because they're so mad about the fact that our benches are on the baseline and everyone gets so heated for no reason. Mm-hmm. It's not like that big of a deal, nor is it cool like to hate on it in any specific way. For those who were curious of what just happened, because it's probably out of frame, Willem attempted to throw a banana peel onto a counter to dispose of after the episode that was less than 3 feet to his left, and he missed.
Let it be known, I was maybe 3 inches away from that. I was here. I'm probably 3 inches away from that, and
yeah, that's something else, man. Our wiffle ball team is going to be terrible. Yeah. That threw me off entirely, watching that happen.
So Bruce Pearl's mad.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl's angry. It's going back and forth. We're leading for like maybe about 80% of the game, you'd say. Mm-hmm. And like, but it's not a comfortable lead. It's not like a double-digit lead. It's like 5 points. Yeah. And then they'll make a shot go down to 3, and then we have to make a shot to keep it at 5. It was a very. It was. Every time somebody scored, the other team seemed to score, though.
It was good to watch from a basketball standpoint, but like I would have liked if we would have just won easily.
And so it was interesting. It was a really fun game to watch, though. Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year is Ezra Mignon. Man locked up. What's that guy's name? Wheeler, maybe? No, that's no. He looks like Severe Wheeler, but he is a lot worse. He plays for Auburn. They both have that same kind of baby face.
Yeah.
That are like 5'6". Oh gosh, what's his name? He got nothing. I think he got 2 points, and like they came in the second half like deep into it, and that was only because Ezra wasn't guarding him. He got nothing, and I mean nothing all game. It was great. It was beautiful. They had 2 guys going nuts. They had a guy that looked like Don Cheadle, and he was going crazy. I forget what his last name was. And then they had...
it was number 2 and number 15.
Right. One of them was Broom. I think... No, I think...
Broom was 15.
Was he?
Yep.
Okay. And Broom was going nuts.
They had Judy Bloom.
Yeah. He was like your textbook mobile center. Like, he was making threes, going around Liam, in the sense of, like, he just had really good footwork. I actually liked him. I liked his game. I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with your game, quote Jack.
And then number 2, he just put up, like, the hook from 3 feet.
Yeah.
And made it over everybody every time.
He was...
And every time it comes off his hand, I'm like, that's not going in.
Yeah.
And it went in. And I'm like...
Man either had the game of his life, dude. Or like...
Or like, what in the world is your game? This is nuts.
The thing, he reminded me of like...
He'd have killed in the 1970s.
Yeah, in the if every NBA player was DeMar DeRozan, he would be going wild. But no, the thing is like, I thought of him as a Jabari Small that couldn't shoot the 3. Because like, he just would drive and do a cool little move and make a shot.
Jabari Small?
Oh, Jabari...
Parker. No.
I am thinking Jabari Small. That's the guy who was at Auburn last year.
Jabari...
Is it not Small?
No.
Oh, that's the Tennessee...
It's the running back.
The running back. It's Jabari Smith or something.
Jabari...
William... No.
What? Jabari something.
Yeah, he was like the number 2.
The second pick.
He came out of Auburn.
Kind of a bum.
His name is Jabari.
I didn't like him.
I only
Jabari Parker better.
Yeah, clears.
Do you remember Jabari Parker?
Yeah.
Good
but
Duke.
It was like Jabari, the other guy who played at Auburn, he was like lights out from 3 as well as, you know, he could do a lot of things. This guy, he shot a couple threes and they were fine, but he was more comfortable as like a drive, shoot the midi kind of guy, and he was nailing them. And like, I can't disrespect his game. Like, he was going off, but
he went crazy.
It wasn't as good as
no
Liam.
one else did.
Yeah.
We got to take a moment to talk about 44. 44.
He looks
something, man.
He looks like the old center for the Lakers that just got traded. Maybe, or the center for the Celtics.
What?
Robert Williams III?
Oh.
Does he not look like him?
Not really. Robert Williams is like a big dude.
44 was a big dude. Are you kidding me?
Robert Williams is like a big dude.
Yeah, it was, okay, I'm sorry. Robert Williams minus like 40 pounds.
Yeah, there you go.
But he had like the same build and like haircut and like stature.
Yeah. He was just... He was trying to like get the stadium going because there were like a good amount of Auburn fans there. And it's like, okay, you're trying, but what had happened is they're coming out with the ball. They drive into the paint. They put up a layup. They get fouled. They miss the layup. He goes in after the call.
The whistle
rebounds the ball and dunks it. And then walks to mid-court.
Hyping
everybody up. And then his buddy misses free throws.
Both of them, I think.
At least one, I think.
I think there's only one.
I think he missed
that one free throw he missed is in the vlog, so.
Yeah. What? Congrats that you're going to the free throw line, dude. Like,
yeah, it just felt like if he hit the dunk, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that's a good time. But
it was
like, it's not even in poor taste. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
just like
it's not like you have bad character. It's just what? That's just weird.
Yeah,
That's just dumb.
Man was odd all game.
Man was legitimately odd.
The thing is he played as though it was me who was like 7 foot and like a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Because he put up a grand total of like 0 points and 3 fouls and nothing else.
Yeah, maybe a rebound.
Yeah.
And man, like at multiple times tried to get the crowd going.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
In
okay.
situations where it's like, no.
Yeah, it was
You have to give him a little something to cheer for more than you waving your arms,
And
dude.
they
That's
just
the
cheer.
most he did all game.
Yeah, it was funny though. I enjoyed it.
It was a good time. It was just like, what?
Yeah, it was a very.
Confusing.
There were a couple calls that were a little
Egregious.
questionable. I was gonna go with a little questionable.
I was going to go with eggs.
Yeah, okay.
Egregious.
Yeah, I got
I
it.
put the egg in egregious, Chris.
Okay.
I'm a hen.
Now all I need is Regis.
Regis like the bank?
Yeah. So, Auburn game, it comes down to the final couple minutes. And we have like a 5-point lead. And then they take it, they take it so it's tied. And I'm like, well, this is terrible. But we nail a 3. So we're up 3. And I'm feeling great because there's like maybe 40 seconds left. If they don't score on this possession, I mean, game's over essentially. Unbeknownst to me, I'm about to see this man pull up past NBA range and just lace it. And
Who was it?
I don't know. I don't know Auburn players.
Fair enough. Was it the white kid?
No.
Okay.
The white kid made 2 threes, and then we made him dribble the ball once, and then he airballed a 3.
He was 2 off,
Man had
off the dribble.
They have what the not Barstool Vandy, but the Anchor of Gold account labeled Auburn's Drew Weichert, to which Drew Weichert was like, "Yo, man, what the heck?" And we love Drew Weichert here on Show Em The Dore. And
Watch the Drew Weichert episode.
Watch the Drew Weichert episode.
The wepisode.
Maybe I might put it here.
Probably not.
I don't know, we'll see. Maybe. But so that guy's nailed a couple threes. But this guy, I think it was number 22, because number 22 seemed like he was one of their better players, but because he would do all this crazy stuff. Like he had the greatest footwork and then couldn't nail a shot all game. He got in foul trouble early. But he has the ball, laces like a past NBA deep 3. And I'm like, well, there's 12 seconds left in the game. It's time to win. And I look at Willem, and I don't know if you got this on video, but you were like, what do you think is going to happen? And I said, a Tyron Lawrence layup, because primary ball handler whenever we need driving situations. But I've now come to realize that we give it to Ezra Mannion in those situations. And Ezra drives in, left side, gets collapsed on, and nails a beautiful, beautiful left hand through contact layup. It was gorgeous, to say the very least. Jordan Wright then stole the inbounds ball and just threw it up in the air. And everyone was going crazy. And then they reviewed it, said that there were 0.3 seconds because they fouled Jordan Wright. But we're up 2, so, nail both free throws and we're good. Jordan Wright proceeds to brick the first free throw, rebound directly to this Auburn player who turns around, one hand throws the ball, and I was so scared in that moment because it looked so good, and it like bounced off the side of the rim.
It hit the rim.
Like
I don't think he got it off, but it hit the rim.
No, he got it off definitely.
Really?
I think he almost 100% got it off. I don't know. It would have been the most Vanderbilt way to lose ever.
I think the clock starts right as it hits the backboard.
No, the clock starts whenever it hits it touches the player first.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially if they make it, because then it goes into out of bounds. But we won. I was going crazy. I was hating on a bunch of Auburn fans because they were hating on us. We were walking in. They were all like, "It's such a bad day to be a Commodore, ain't it?" And I'm tell you what, Fred.
I tell you what, Rupert.
I tell you what, me and John Boy over there, we better go down to the strip after this.
Me and Jimmy are going to Broadway.
I'm telling you, I needed some more boots.
I need some more boots.
But it was terrible. And then we waved them goodbye.
Everyone was furious at the Auburn fans all game. The whole student section.
Oh yeah, they were.
It was the most interaction
between.
Well, I mean, they didn't interact with us.
I've
never seen more hate towards like,
a certain
their
fan
fans.
base.
It was
yeah.
awesome. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, they're
'Cause
like,
we were waving.
I think
and booing and yelling at 'em.
any time that
great.
they got a call, a lot of the student section would like flip off all the Auburn fans.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
they
wow.
did after the game. It was
The good thing
intriguing.
was at the end when we were waving, people were like, people hit them with the na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. Anyway, that was
good.
terrible.
one
But-
of my favorite like things is the warm up the bus chant.
Yeah.
when you're blowing them out. Brings me joy.
It brings me joy too. And we're actually starting play right now. I literally opened my phone and like, you can't see it, but I got the game start Vanderbilt LSU. We're looking for our 6th straight win versus a team that is 1-13 within the SEC. I'm feeling good about it. With that being said, that means it's probably a trap game. But hopefully the boys can pull it out, and then they can pull out the rest of the wins. And if that happens, I think we make it into the NCAA tournament. Joe Lenardi currently has us at the 81st team. We are teams that got consideration. So if we can continue to win and even win some in the SEC tournament, we can potentially squeeze into the field of 64 or 68 rather. If we could be one of the play-in teams that gets to get to be an 11 or something like that, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen. It depends on how we play in the next while. So
We are on Andy Katz's list, 24.
yeah, we're in the power rankings, we are the 25th best team. However, power rankings don't equate to NCAA tournament consideration, which is sad considering that I think that we deserve to be in the NCAA tournament conversation.
Yeah. I would like to backtrack here if we're done with basketball really quickly and go on a tangent that I have nowhere else to talk about, and I can say it here because I have a podcast. You said, I got to get some new boots. Have you seen the signs where it's buy one pair, get two free? Mm-hmm. What kind of deal is that?
Well, it's because the boots are... So, cowboy boots are one of the most priced up markets.
Yeah.
And so they can afford... selling one pair of boots and giving two away still gives them a greater profit margin than selling 3 pairs at a normal price.
Why?
Because it's so marked up. Yeah, if boots on a normal going rate were $100, right? Let's just say. I don't know if that's the right thing because I don't know cowboy boots.
Yeah.
So what, you get $300 of gross revenue if you sell them? Well, they're selling boots for $700. So even if you give 2 away, you're still doubling your profit.
But then if you're selling them for $700, why don't you just sell them at a regular, for $250 a piece and then not
Because
have a deal?
because people aren't going to... Because people see a deal and they say, oh, that's a great deal. As opposed to understanding the logic behind what were you saying.
That makes sense. But that's just such an odd concept.
It works, apparently.
I guess so, because
Well, because if you
Jeez,
see...
dude.
My favorite thing is messing with Marshall's stuff. Because you'll go in there and you'll see some bed sheets or something. And it'll be $5. And it'll be compare to 25. And I'm I'm not gonna, no. I'm not gonna, I could say that with anything I buy, where I'm but what if you had to pay 40? That's ridiculous. I'm going for a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and instead of 60
it could have been $50.
yeah, it's well, I guess paying $7 for this can of soup
That's a
isn't
deal.
so
That's a
bad.
bargain, yeah.
Yeah, that's not how that works. You have to determine how much it generally is, and then if it's a good deal, but people don't do that. So, with this being said, take a personal finance class. Everybody
Yes.
needs personal finance.
Isn't that a graduation requirement? From State of Tennessee?
For state of Tennessee, yes. For high school.
Yep.
For high school. Okay, is that your tangent?
I think we should go in on a pair of boots.
I don't
and
ever,
get free ones.
ever want a pair of boots in my
Never?
repertoire.
Here's the thing, man.
I'll
tell you
if
what.
Sarah Harper ever watches this, she'll kill me. But they are the ugliest things, and I will never wear them.
Do you know when I felt most like a man in my life?
Are you gonna say during your dance when you had to wear the cowboy hat and boots?
Nope. I didn't wear the boots during my dance.
Do you not?
I just wore the shoes.
Okay.
It was at Texas Roadhouse
Oh God.
in the cowboy boots, and it felt good.
No.
I was having a horrible, horrible day. Legitimately terrible. I hadn't eaten. We had like ram
Oh, yeah.
for that event.
Yeah.
It was terrible. I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to die now. Like, Earth, take me as your own, you know, all that type of deal.
Yeah.
And then Ryan's like, we should get food. And I'm like, Roadhouse. And so me, and Tanner went to Texas Roadhouse. And I'm like, I have to go take a shower first.
And I ate so much cinnamon bread. Probably.
I go back and I'm like, I'm sad. Tanner's boots make me happy. And I go down and I'm like, Tanner, I'm wearing your boots. And he's like, okay. So I wore the boots. I went to Texas Roadhouse, ate a lot of the bread.
Cinnamon butter slaps.
I can't eat cinnamon butter.
It's not conducive to the cut, but it's so good.
It messes with my mouth.
That makes sense for you.
But it was good. And I felt...
And once again,
like
peace
a
was
man.
restored to the world.
And then I went home and took the boots off, and then it was over.
Yeah, so we're going to get back to sports now, because this needs to not be a depression podcast.
The Deprodcast.
The Deprodcast. But, so we also had baseball.
Yes.
3 games. TCU, Oklahoma State, Tejas. And Central Arkansas.
And
Forgot about that. And right now we're playing UAB.
the Dragons.
As we are. As we speak. Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna, like, we couldn't watch the first 3 games because of the fact that they were on Flow Sports, which I said I was gonna get a free trial to. They don't offer a free trial. I'm not paying $30 for the 3 games. I'm sorry to tell you.
No. Free trials are dope.
Free trials are dope. I've used them before to do things like that. I once used a free trial to CBS All Access to get, like, Big Brother or something for a date in high school. Like, just for that one day. And then I canceled it immediately after. It was crazy.
Did it work?
It did. Like, I mean, we watched it, and like, it was like her favorite show. Like, it was an okay date. It was Christina. Oh, nice. But so I guess no, it didn't go well. I don't know.
I mean, that one moment.
That one date was fine. Yeah, we painted "I'm a disappointment" sign, and I haven't talked to her in like a while actually. But I don't really. Anyway.
Do you care?
Not
Christina,
really.
if you're watching this.
Christina's definitely not watching this. But if you are, hi. Like, we haven't talked in a long time.
We ain't got nothing to say.
But with that being said, we couldn't watch the first 3. We couldn't watch the first like 3 games.
I did because I just brought some binoculars.
And we saw it in Texas. Yep. But what happened was in the TCU game, we lost like 11-4. And that sounds really terrible, but there are very definitive things that we need to fix. 1, we need to fix consistency in hitting, and we knew that was going to be a problem coming into the season, so it doesn't worry me. 2, also it's the start of the season. It was literally our first game. Like, I'm not going to be pressed about that at the moment. If this is still a problem come SEC play, we're going to have more of an issue. 2, we need to fix 2-out defense. Because we get 2 outs and we like look to get out of the inning, and then we've given up like 8 runs. Like, of the 11 runs they had, 8 of them came with 2 outs. And we don't like 2-out hitting does not need to be a thing in the Vanderbilt community, and we need to get rid of it early. And then thirdly, we need pitching command consistency. We have a lot of guys, our bullpen is extremely deep, but some of them struggle with command, and they need to get a hold of that if we're going to be successful moving forward.
Yeah.
But that was the only bad game.
Also, like, TCU's the best team in the nation.
That's not even remotely true.
Really?
Yeah, not even close. But they're like in the top 10.
Weren't they like 2?
No. They were 13 before.
Really?
Yeah. But they're like number 9 or so now. They're not the best team in the nation, but they're a very good team, and I think they'll be in the top 5 by the time it was all said and done. They lost to Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of another team.
You're thinking, I don't know.
But
They played like a very, very good team for the first 2 games, and then they took Mizzou to extras, I think maybe, or maybe it was like a walk-off. I don't know. But you know that it's what shows you at the start of the season anything can really happen because you're still ironing out lineups, getting chemistry, you get it. So, but the games versus Oklahoma State and Tejas, we smoked them. Absolutely, it was 11-9 Oklahoma State, but they scored like 4 in the 8th. To get up to that, or maybe like 5 in the 8th. And then we beat Texas 11-3 or 12-3. So our bats kind of came alive, and our pitching looked good, except for a couple spots in the Oklahoma State game. But they were the number 9 team. So like we went from losing the number 13 team in a sort of embarrassing fashion, considering the standards that we hold ourselves to at Vanderbilt baseball, to beating a top 10 team convincingly. It was just a weird dichotomy of things. And then we beat the heck out of Texas, who's unranked this year, and they don't have a lot of continuity of the team that was really, really good the past few years. It happens. So my most impressive player is Jonathan Vastine.
Easy.
I was worried about him hitting, and man has gone on a tear. He was batting like 500 on the weekend. Man had like a 3-run home run. He is right now he's our best hitter. Like up through these first 4 games, 5, I think even into this 5th game, he is leading the team, which is not something I ever expected. I also didn't expect Enrique to be batting like 0.77. So maybe if he can start hitting and RJ Shrek can start hitting, people like RJ Austin are performing really well. Cal is performing really well. So if we can just, really get the people who I expected to be doing well, we'll be really, really good. The one person who I'm restarting the hate for, not hate, but like needs to be better, is Jack Bolger. Jack Bolger is in the lineup because he is an okay catcher, but he is, when doing well, a very good hitter. He's a very consistent hitter, generally.
Yeah.
However, he goes through stretches where he is consistently bad. And right now, I don't think he's recorded a hit through like 3 games played. Like he's batting 0 for the year so far. And then Alan Espinal plays in the Texas game and crushes a grand slam in his first at bat. Like it's gonna be hard because I think Alan Espinal is a better defensive catcher than Jack Bolger. But the question is, can he be offensively as good as Jack Bolger? And if he can be like this power bat in the lineup, Jack Bolger's not seeing an ounce of PT for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Except to like, instead of a couple relief games that like Jack Bolger would get, it's going to be the other way around. And I'm okay with that if Allen can like produce some hits. And he got walked in his first at bat in the game that he's starting versus UAB today. So like he's doing well, I would say. And I think that he's probably going to end up being our, I think he'll be our starting catcher by SEC play. With that being said, we went to the game yesterday versus Central Arkansas for about 5 innings before I had to go. And we just looked so aloof offensively. It was, we didn't have any sense of urgency. We would actually hit the ball pretty hard just right at people. And I guess you can't really control that as much, which kind of sucks. It was a little unlucky. We ended up losing 5-4 to Central Arkansas. And so we really need them to be good to not tank our RPI by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So let's hope that they go on like a really cool mid-major run, but it's not something you can really count on. And it might hurt us come the end of the year. But we looked really bad. The only thing that was good was Jonathan Vastine hit another 3-run shot in that game. Like, man is going crazy. So, and he's going to, like, next year, he has another year definitively here.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be wild. And I think, like, him and Davis Diaz are going to be probably the best middle infield next year. So that's going to be exciting. RJ Austin has looked really good.
Yeah.
He's really fast. Like, he looks fast on the base paths. So I'm excited for that. That's about all I think we got for baseball.
I think so.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, with that being said, we hoped it would be a slightly shorter episode of Show Em The Dore. You're going to sneeze?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. With that being said, this has been a slightly shorter episode of Show Em The Dore, but, you know, we made a vlog. So if you want more content, look at that. Mm-hmm. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the, follow the Twitter and Instagram at Show Em The Dore, and then that's the Twitter, and then the Instagram is at show_the_door.
Yep.
So,
if you haven't yet seen our reel, guess what song we're singing today?
Yeah, it's good. It's not in the same category as last one.
It's different.
But it'll be good.
But it's a good one. Nice
Well,
little game to play.
With that being said, drop that down in the comments. Boost our engagement. It'll make me happy. And with that being said, this has been Show Em The Dore, straight from the Curb Center Studios, and we will see y'all next week.